especially right now with the way the economy. By the way, everybody, we are live, but especially with the way the economy is. And here's the thing: baseball, and I'll even throw basketball into the baseball and basketball are different than. I'd understand why those two sports didn't get sellouts every night because they play basically every night. Football is hockey too, hockey too. But I mean, like, somebody pointed out to me, they said, "Well, the Ravens sell at every game. The Orioles don't. The Ravens play one game a week. The Orioles play five or six." And generally speaking, baseball stadiums hold less fans than. All right. We got Tyler Wells going against Patrick Sandoval. I got that stupid wrestler's theme song, so I believe in Joe Hendry. It's a catchy tune. And I gotta say, LA Knight may not be in NXT, but if Joe Hendry's going to do things with WWE, I would love to see LA Knight versus Joe Hendry. Just for the promo battles. All right. Who is going to win the series? The Orioles or the Angels? As you see, 8-6. Angels won game 2. Orioles won 5-3 in game 1. We had a strange glitch in last game. Make sure you go back and check that out. Did you ever go back and check that out, Frog? Tyler Wells, who hopefully will come back and be able to stay healthy.
Leading off the afternoon for the Angels, the third baseman, Luis Guillorme.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Pitch, 136.
Ball. Ball. 3-1.
Tyler Wells probably doesn't need to be pitching so carefully to Luis Guillorme. My buddy Frog tells me all the time that I pitch too carefully to hitters I don't need to pitch so carefully to. But unlike most people, I appreciate his feedback. There you see the Angels lineup. One guy I am going to pitch very carefully to is some guy named Mike Trout. I hear he's pretty good when he's healthy.
Ball. No, that missed. That's a ball.
Are you actually asking, or are you being funny? No, he's not. Not yet.
3-1.
I don't know why the scoreboard hasn't been working for the first two games of this.
Number 27, Mike Trout.
No balls. 1 strike. Ball.
Three straight ground ball outs for Tyler Wells. There's Patrick Sandoval, 7-13. I'm embarrassed to say that I actually forget if it was last year or in 2022. I picked him to win the Cy Young. And yeah, ask me how that went. And bro, you just pointed out to me that it's against the rules to sand the ball. I don't call him the best color man in baseball for anything, folks. You can't get these pearls of wisdom anywhere.
Oh, 1. One ball, one strike.
Oh no, Brian, are you left-handed or right-handed, Brian?
That's it out. Let's go.
Oh no, I wonder the same thing about, I mean, if you're left-handed in Camden Yards. Yeah, the wall's high, but I mean, it's a short porch. Wait a minute, Brian. Time out, Brian. Time out. I just asked you if you were left-handed or right-handed. Why did you ask me for what? Are you saying you're ambidextrous? You do certain things with certain hands, like
Batting fourth, the first baseman,
okay.
Mountcastle.
He's up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the comparison, but you scared me for a second, Brian. I was like, you like for what? I'm like, my streams are PG. I'd like to keep them that way.
No, ball. Ball.
Well, I'm not talking about the new left. I'm not talking about the new left field wall. I'm talking about the right field wall. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the one that actually connects to Utah Street and the warehouse. That is what you call productive out, folks. Getting that runner. Whoops. Now, see, why can't Louis Depot do that in real life? I could use that for my fantasy team instead of against me in this game. I'm getting my butt kicked. I'm getting myself. I'm getting treated like Brian in fantasy this week. Ragdoll.
Here, one.
Hey Brian, did you see that? Did you ever go back and check out that glitch I had yesterday?
He's up.
It wasn't as strange as your Corbin Burns glitch, but it was a strange one.
The right fielder, number 16, Mickey.
No, that's down.
Moniak.
Ball.
I did not see the end. So his season is over, huh? Thanks for spoiling it for me. Now I got no reason to watch. Except to support my friend Amos. Next time, say spoiler alert.
For the Orioles, the third baseman, Jordan Westburg.
I saw somebody debating yesterday probably because of his passing, but who was the better overall player, Roberto Clemente or Willie Mays?
Ball.
That to me is tough. I honestly think, and because I don't want to disrespect either player, that's just personal preference.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter.
I couldn't sit here and definitively say Mays is better than Clemente, or I couldn't say Clemente is better than Mays.
0 balls, 1 strike. No, that missed. That's a ball.
Yeah, I think Clemente was more speed and contact with power. Mays was more power and contact, and yes, he was fast, but he wasn't Clemente fast.
Ball.
It's like asking which one of your kids do you like better.
Ball.
I remember seeing a quote from Willie Mays. He said his favorite outfield he ever played in was one All-Star game. He was in center, Aaron was in left, and Clemente was in right. Could you imagine that outfield?
He's out.
And then I saw the other quote. He said, well, how would you figure, and this is another one that's tough to me. He said, how would you figure Mickey Mantle into that outfield? He said, I wouldn't take anybody out of the outfield and put Mickey in.
Second baseman, Mateo.
I
1 and 0.
respectfully don't know if I completely agree with that, but you're splitting hairs either way. If you asked me which one of the three I would take out of the outfield, put Mantle in,
The center fielder,
I would probably take out Aaron
Hee-haw.
and put in Mantle.
It's 0 and 1.
But again, you're splitting hairs. You're talking, I mean,
Hit run. 0 and 2.
you're right, Brian. Aaron did play shortstop at one point. You could move Aaron to shortstop. You're right.
Ball.
Here's the real interesting question. If you took Aaron out of the outfield and put Mantle in, are you keeping Mantle in center field, or are you moving him to left and keeping Mays in center field? Yeah, ballpark would play a lot in that.
Hey.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the metrics and see who the metrics say had better range. That's true.
0 and 1.
Andrew Jones, and the closest I can, the best defensive outfielder I've ever seen was Andrew Jones. There was a couple year stretch where I thought he was going to be a Willie Mays type player.
2 and 2.
He didn't keep it up, which is why he's not compared to those guys. But Andrew Jones was hands down the best defensive outfielder I'd ever seen. Why do you have another good game? Well, you sure do like rubbing it in that I,
That missed. That's the ball.
I don't really know what to give up for him because he doesn't really fit in my lineup, but I don't really see any. For a guy who doesn't fit in your lineup, you sure are finding a way to get him in your lineup. Yeah, I'm just giving you a. Good Lord, I'm getting beat 11-1.
Leading off for the Angels, the center fielder, Mike Trout.
I said I'm getting treated like Brian does on prom night.
Ball.
Brian knows that no means no. By the way, I forgot to my last game with the Angels too. I saw something I think I've only seen once. I saw that when the computer was pitching,
Up next for the Angels,
the pitch clock actually came up.
Taylor Ward.
Brian, I apologize. That was a joke, but I apologize.
The catcher, number 14, Logan O'Hoppe.
Go.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Rengifo.
I mean, a lot of the categories are very close, so it's not like I couldn't. Even though I'm losing 11-1, I could flip that real quick. But he's kicking my butt in RBIs. He's winning 14-3.
Ball.
You're gonna have those days.
Ball.
Even managers don't even think about it. Real life managers don't push their button. You need my opinion on this. I told you, no means no.
2-2.
That's true. You didn't say opinion, you said option. What option are you giving me? Would it be wise to drop Taylor Ward? But we're in the same league together. I can't be giving you advice on what players to drop and what players not to. Because what if I tell you to drop Taylor Ward just because I want to pick up Taylor Ward? I can't do that objectively. The person you need to ask is get a guy like Amos to look at the stats who's not in our league to get an objective opinion.
That's inside. Ball.
And I say that respectfully. Like, for example, I shouldn't have told you to pick Cal Raleigh back up. I should have just picked him up because look at what he's done since you picked him back up. Of course, you were an idiot for dropping him in the first place. You're right. Bro makes a good point. Let me take a look at something here, Brian.
The batter, the third baseman, Jordan Westburg.
Hold on. The wise man that I am, I suggest you drop Bryce Terang, you drop Yandy Diaz, you drop Fernando Tatis. Oh, and I would definitely drop Zach Wheeler.
That's a ball.
Drop every single one of them. And change your name to the Droppers. There you go, Team Butterfingers. My finger slipped on the drop button. Nobody better lay a finger on my players that I dropped with my Butterfingers.
Two. Full count. D-Red.
You call that up? That was not a strike.
Now batting, left fielder, Austin Hayes.
There you go. Pick up Bart. There you go. Pick up Bart Simpson. Pick up Krusty the Clown. Or you could do what Matty accidentally did when he first joined the league. You could pick up Otani, the pitcher, because he's going to get you a lot of stats this year.
Pick.
How is it the fifth inning and I only have 39 pitches thrown?
No, that missed. That's a ball. Put.
You believe in Joe Hendry.
Mickey Moniak.
Nah, but okay. In all seriousness, Brian, in regards to your question, just look at the stats. Look at the stats from. I showed you how to look at the stats from the last 7 days, last 14 days, last 21 days, and see who's playing better. And if you really want to drop Taylor Ward for the player you're talking about, do it. It's not like you paid money to be in the league. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we could all see into the future, you don't think there's moves that I would do differently? A player that, I mean, yes, I dropped Luis Gill. I got Jared Jones. I'd almost call that move a wash because Jones has been great for me. Gill has been great, but looking at it, if I go back and look at it, there's obviously other players that I could have dropped instead of Gill, and then I'd have both Jones and Gill. You know, fantasy baseball, and for that matter, life is not an exact science. If we all knew what to do 100% of the time, we would all keep our very first job, never break up with our very first girlfriend. And oh my God, how miserable would I be if I was still with my very first girlfriend?
One ball, no strike.
Lou who? Yeah, I had, yeah.
1-1.
Half your half your roster is my old roster. You only pick up players I drop.
Ball. Hee-haw.
The catcher, number 35.
But I,
Foul play.
but I do it for fun, Frog. I'm not doing it because I don't know what I'm doing.
one
I'm doing it because it's daily lineup changes. I'm making moves I think will help my team for that day. And and yes, sometimes with the trades, I'm not going to sit there and say I've done a trade just to do a trade. But I mean, I also sometimes it's just sometimes you just get bored. I hate to say it. He ran into a brick wall called Soto. Uh, Good hitting catcher. Unfortunately, he doesn't play as often as he should because the Blue Jays also have Alejandro Kirk. Jensen would probably be starting on a regular basis on most teams.
1-1.
Another guy I had on my roster for about a week because I did start him a couple times. So,
Up.
to see, you picked up another guy. You,
Center fielder, Mike
you
Trout.
change your name to the Wise Man Castoff.
Ball. 1-0.
So, as far as your question, Brian, some people believe that
No
he
man
ran
out.
into Westberg he ran into Westberg. So then they're saying that's what made Suarez hit
Full count.
Soto, which I don't believe that that's why Suarez hit Soto. Suarez just didn't have his control last night.
Yeah. No balls. 1 strike. Ball.
I believe in the 100.
That's a ball.
Apparently, one of my shorts got 1,000 likes. I'd love to know which one that is because I don't see it.
Count's full.
Let me guess, you're going after drops.
Nope, that's ball 4. Runner take your base. Ball. Ball.
You say it all the time. Why now?
Ball.
Is there a particular reason?
Ah! Full count.
Now pitching for the Angels, number 66,
Side ball.
Garcia.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I hope you find your passion for gaming again.
Ball outside. Aqua.
Brian, you still here? What's up? Hey, Miss Brian may have a question for you from a fantasy baseball perspective. He tried to ask me. I told him it was inappropriate to ask me since we're in the same league. I suggested maybe asking you. Maybe you could take a look at the stats and advise. I told him, I said, maybe better to ask somebody like you since you're not in the league and can give an objective opinion.
Now batting, the second baseman, Rodriguez.
Ugh. Especially since right now I don't seem to know anything of what I'm doing in fantasy
That's a
because
ball.
Matty's beating me 11-1.
Ball outside.
Alrighty.
Peak. Ha. 2-1.
Yeah. Brian, go ahead and ask your question so maybe Amos can take a look at the
Ball.
stats and give you some advice.
To the right.
Amos, sorry to hear about the result of your game. I was gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and watch your stream, even though Brian spoiled the ending. Clearly, I don't want to ever go to a movie with Brian because he'll spoil the ending.
That's a ball. 1-1.
So Brian, just to spoil things for you, Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, and the Titanic does sink. You foreshadow your own demise all the time. You're the only person I know that they called me and said, I'm going to be dead in a week. I'd actually worry. That's how good you are at foreshadowing. Well, then didn't you just answer your own question, Brian?
Number 26, Corbin.
Good. It's 0-1. Ripken. 1-2. He's out. Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Moniak 0 for 2 on the day. Angels pitching staff has done a great job on the Orioles hitters today.
That's the ball.
Oh, you want any hitters that are facing the Cubs? Amos will tell you that. So, Amos, I heard an interesting possible trade rumor today about the Cubs possibly trading Justin Steele to the Orioles for Samuel Basallo.
Count is full. That's ball 4. Take your base.
And Basallo is such a good hitting prospect that he's such a good catching prospect. Rather, there is talk that he may actually cause Adley to move to first base. Never say never in professional sports. That's what I've learned.
Number 60, Andrew.
That missed. That's the ball. 1-0.
Amos, did you listen to that wrestling theme song I sent you earlier?
Yeah. 1 and 2's the count. That's the ball. 2-2.
I just thought it's got a nice beat to it, and it's a good rock out. Like, just pop your head up and down.
No, that missed. That's the ball. 1 ball, no strike. Ball. 2 balls.
But yeah, I had people watching you last night.
3-0.
A couple of my friends from work think that your whole thing about the ratings not mattering and how frustrated you get with the game. They said they think you're playing a character. They said nobody can complain about a game as much as this guy does, and actually keep playing it. They're like, he's being a heel, like in wrestling. He doesn't actually believe what he says. I said, I guess that's possible.
Yeehaw! 0-1. One ball, 1 strike.
Look, sometimes you lay it on so thick, I do think you're playing a character. Because I'm like, he cannot actually believe what he's saying. Got it. 100% acting, no real. Matter of fact, they were so sure you were acting, they were like, you need to get him a job with us. He'd make a natural heel. All the complaining he does. Matter of fact, if I'm being, and I hope you take this as the funny, I cracked up laughing when somebody said this. One of my coworkers referred to you as the male version of Chelsea Green. No, you're the male version of Chelsea Green, apparently.
1-2.
Because she complains to her bosses that everybody's out to get her and it's a conspiracy against her. I said, yeah, that describes Amos. Everybody's out to get him. There you go, Charleston Green. I like that. Like I said, I do sometimes think it's an act.
1-0.
Because you lay it on real thick.
Nope. Ball. 2-0. Nope. Ball. Strike.
Pops him up. And as always, if you're watching this for the first time, please consider liking, subscribing. Make sure you also subscribe to JustMrLove, Gaming with Brian, AmishTV, State of Franchise Gaming. No, you're not a laughing stock. A laughing stock would imply people are just laughing at you and not enjoying your content. People are enjoying your content. I said Amish TV.
That's a ball.
Did I not say Amish TV? I thought I did say Amish TV. Which is a complete, from my understanding, Amishes aren't allowed to have TV, which makes his channel name very funny. Oh, I do. Ask Amos. I call Amish Amos. I did that all. You should have seen me on the podcast. I didn't even know which one of the two of them I was talking to at the time.
Now pitching for the Orioles.
Yeah, we know. We know you. Everybody loves mommy, except Brian.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No, but Ash Gamus, I used to do it all the time. Like it was not intentional, but you almost could think it was by how many times I would do it.
You hit him. You got him.
I still make the mistake.
That's inside. That's a ball.
No, I said I still make mistakes sometimes. Not near as much as I used to. Of course, I'm not talking to both of you at the same time like I used to more.
1-1.
I'm gonna get shut out.
That's a ball.
This is what I get for restarting. I deserve to lose.
Ball. That's it.
Now pitching for the Angels. Number 55, Matt Moore.
Yeah, this is game 3. So let me explain. I have my reasons for restarting. Number one, I still had the old file, but so
He's up.
I restarted because the latest roster update has more of the Orioles minor leaguers, and I want to put more of a focus on doing some more stuff with the minor leagues and trying to help the players develop rather than just simulating those games.
Two one.
Plus, I need to adopt some sort of franchise rules, limit myself in the amount of trades I make. I had made so many different moves that it didn't even feel like I was playing with the Orioles in year 2. Don't worry, as much as I play, I'll still get season one done. I'll probably in a month and a half, 2 months, just like the last time. I had made so many roster moves, and it felt so not like the Orioles. I wasn't enjoying it as much as I should and need to. Like,
First for the victorious.
and if you're not enjoying what you're streaming, it's gonna come through. Okay. Or something. The Rays out to a 3-0 start. I never noticed that the AAA schedule was like this, where they pretty much have off every Monday, but then play essentially 6-game series. I never ever realized the minor league schedule is like that. Did you guys know that? I admittedly don't pay enough attention to the Orioles minor league affiliates like I should, but I never really sat back and realized that the minor league schedule was that way. I don't know, Brian. If I was if I was somebody living in like Norfolk, Virginia, where the Tide are, or living in the city where there was a minor league team, I would almost think that would be boring a little bit. Like, okay, I've seen this team now a couple times. Can I see somebody else? I know and I think they change that basically during COVID and have kept it that way. What's up, Cody? I have not because I can't find who you're talking about. All right. In all actuality, guys, I know I said I got 4 hours left before I can apply for partner. I probably have already reached that number because the stats are 5 days behind. But but it's as of today. I need 4 hours. Now, see, Amos, why can't you ever drop down perfect bunch like that? Is Hampton even still on your roster? Oh, you're not allowed to have nice things?
Hey, he beat it. Hey!
I've hit now for so long from this broadcast camera. I don't know if I could go back to a behind the plate camera. Please tell me you're streaming the off season because if you're not streaming the off season, at least be on Discord because I love chatting with you while you make your off season moves. Are you going to let me and Gabe make a move for you this year? Because there's an Oriole minor leaguer I would love to see you trade for and give a real chance to. What are you doing the off season?
No. 1-1. Oh. Ball. Outside.
And that's going to be a run because of all that speed on this team. Why can't Bobby Witt ever do that for Amos?
First baseman, number 9.
No ball. One strike.
Seriously. And you guys I got to go back and watch this because you guys are making it sound like it's some Young and the Restless drama filled.
Leading off for the Orioles,
Did he piss off Victor Newman and Victor Newman paid paid the umpires off so that the Blue Jays would win?
0-1. That's a ball.
By the way, Cody, if you're not subscribed to Amos or JustMrLove, make sure you subscribe.
Ball. Yes. 2 balls. 2 strikes.
Hey, Amos, I told you that you just inspired me. I've been trying to acquire the rights to Love Shack for you, right? Maybe I should acquire the
3 balls.
rights to the song "Blame Canada."
Strike.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan or not a fan because I don't watch enough WNBA. I'm happy to see that people are tuning into her and getting the WNBA ratings because they deserve it.
Ball. Two and two. Strike. Up. No ball. 1 strike.
I still say the Kansas City Royals win the Central.
leading off for the Royals, the second baseman, Michael Matty.
Well, I was with you up until I think the 6th inning, so I was probably going to start around there. I am going to go back and watch it just because you guys make it sound so like must-watch TV. Just tell me this. Just tell me the truth, Amos. Whatever happened, and don't tell me what happened because I want to watch. Was it the game's fault or was it yours? Or are you at least willing to say it was a mix of both?
Oh. 1 ball. 2 strikes.
So I still stand by because you once said, or you said a couple times in streams, you haven't said it much this year, but you believe that the RNG has something working against teams they consider bad.
You're out.
I still say that if you truly believe that, and just hear me out, next year, and I said this year, but you didn't do it. Next year, pick a team that has expectations. Pick a team like the Dodgers, the Braves, the in the Central, I guess the Brewers or even the Cardinals, or well, you would never be the Cardinals because you're a Cubs fan, but pick a team with expectations and roll the dice and see how long it takes you to win a World Series there, and that will give you a true indication of whether or not your theory about the R.
Nope, that's off the plate.
You said something along the lines that you thought the RNG had, like, it was stacked against teams that were projected to be bad. And when you said that, I challenged you to, okay, if you really believe that, be a team that the game does have expectations for, and see if you feel like the gameplay is any different. I forget word for word what you said, but you were basically saying that you think the RNG has it out for certain teams that they think are supposed to be bad.
That's a ball.
So then I remember saying to you, then be a team like the Yankees, the Dodgers, the teams that are almost perennially good in the game, and see if the games play out, if you feel like things play out differently. Well, obviously there's no way to prove it. But like, and here's the thing. I keep throwing out the Yankees. But here's the thing. They haven't won a World Series in 14 years. How much longer would they have to go without a World Series before you would consider using a team like that in their franchise? Yes, they spend money, but clearly they're not spending it effectively.
That's the ball. 1-2.
I still I still say the happy medium for what I'm describing is the team that I suggested for you next year, the Mets. Because there's a team in a big market that you can make an argument that you could go out there and spend big money every year if you wanted to, but are falling on hard times. But still have a decent enough roster that if they had a good, like, if you had a good season with them in year one, it wouldn't be surprising.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And they have a big budget, so if you wanted to in year one of the franchise, go out and spend big money to acquire a big name free agent, it would be realistic for a team like that to do that. Because ultimately, I mean, and this goes for me, I'm not just talking about you here. You could put a team of all stars together in this game, and it's all about. Good Lord, Brian, did you have a Pirates fan all of a sudden? Frog doesn't get this excited, and he's a Pirates fan.
Batting eighth, the catcher, James McCann.
That just means they're the first loser.
Oh, you're out.
Well, that's a good place for it. I am not playing good to start my season, and I'm doing a terrible job of commentary because I'm talking so much to my chat. Nah, not me. If I'm going to lose, I want to go down in flames, brother. I even said that when I played sports in high school. Was I'd rather lose. Put it in baseball context. I'd rather lose by 10 runs than lose by 1 run. Well, that's good. I would not put up with any bullying in my streams either. I would kindly remove those individuals that were doing the bullying. Amos bullies me all the time. He tells me I have to say nice things about his streamer will beat me up. Not really. I have seen teams that gave 100% effort for all 9 innings and lose by 10 runs. Because, and I've seen teams. For the record, in case anybody doesn't know, I'm kidding. Amos never threatened to beat me up. I don't even know that he could if he tried. Because he knows you do not throw rocks at a man with a machine gun. And by the way, Brian, when I said that to you when I was mad at you, I'm very disappointed that you didn't know that that was from wrestling.
The batter number 19, second baseman.
Amos, you're too much like family. Amos, did you ever play Mike Tyson's Punch Out back in the day? On the Nintendo?
Leading off for the Orioles, the shortstop, That's the ball.
I know that's a very random question to ask. I'm sorry they never caught the person. So, Amos, since you do button hitting like I do, I'm assuming you use normal swing most of the time. Do you ever use contact or power?
Leading off for the Orioles,
Have fun. Are you doing the off season tonight? Now, Brian, I understand you're losing some games here and there, but aren't you having more fun on Dynamic? Because it's adapting to how you play. That was not foul. Ooh. Okay. Oh.
Ball three.
I've been telling Amos that's how he should play.
Ball four. Take it, baby. Hup. 0-1. Yep, he's out. Hey! 0-2. Right there on the
Oh,
tag. Out.
you gotta be. You've got to be kidding. You're not going to show me the play at the plate? He got him.
Leading off for the Royals, the left fielder, number 1, MJ Melendez.
Hey! No ball. One strike.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Ball one. Ball.
Now batting, right fielder, Nelson Velasquez.
The Pirates actually won a game. Oh my God, it's going to snow.
Ball one. Up. Hey!
Oh, Brian, I actually thought of something good that came out of Cleveland.
Up next for the Royals, the third baseman, Michael
Hey, woo!
Garcia.
Because I actually got a text about me ragging on you about Cleveland, and I was reminded there was something good that came out of Cleveland. Dolph Ziggler. I said what I said. I can't hit.
That's a ball.
Even Joe. Oh, come on. He reaches down to his shoelaces to catch that ball. I swear, if MJ Melendez had caught that ball, I might have quit.
Now batting, third baseman, Romo Urias.
Nope. Ball one. 1-0. Strike. Woo.
Yeah, Jeff Hoffman was a nice pickup. He's somebody that I would love to have right now.
Now batting, catcher, James McCann.
I do have to say, I was a little salty when you traded Acuna, just because of what happened between me and you with Shane Bieber. I didn't see you complaining when you were trading the injured player. I thought that was very interesting that when you were getting rid of the injured player, you didn't say a word.
That's the ball. Three and two.
I hover around All Star Plus. Sometimes I get up to Legend, hitting wise. Sometimes all you got to do is make contact. There we go, 3-2. Clutch rating of 93. Yes, he crossed home plate. Thank God. I got lucky there. Oh, I got lucky there.
Nope. Outside. No.
Here comes one of Amos's predetermined walks.
Take him in.
Predetermined double play.
That's a ball. No. Ball.
All right. We're going to the top of the 7th. Say his name and he appears.
No ball. One strike. Hey! Boom. No ball. Two strike.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Ball. That's the ball.
Fun.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
This guy's fell off the thing.
No. Ball for it.
Oh,
Pinch running at first for the Orioles. Number 3, Jorge Mateo.
No, who's in there?
what do you mean that player? What do you? What do you mean? Is you saying he's been like your best player, or
One strike.
if I was to say there was a player I wanted from you, Brian, it would be Yandy Diaz, because I'm still not happy with the production I'm getting from second base. Ryan Mountcastle, 2-run homer, and the Orioles take the lead. I meant I'm not happy with the production I'm getting from first base. No, that's okay. Hung up there just too long.
Now batting, third baseman, Urias.
Huh. 0-1. Nope, that's inside.
I see he's day to day. Did he get hurt? Candelario for the Reds.
Ball. No strike.
Let's go. Come on. Nearly took Lynch's head off. How are we feeling with a 2-run lead, Brian? You think we should feel comfortable? Or do we want more?
Hey, you beat it up.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 63, Nick Anderson.
Oh. No ball. One strike. One and one.
Oh, the gods. The SDS gods.
2-1.
Uh, I have no comment about that, Cody. I don't really know how to respond to that.
Nope. Ball three. Take your base.
They call that a ball. Wow. I mean, I'll take it.
The designated hitter, Ripken.
I'm not going to explain. I just have no comment.
1 ball, 1 strike.
This change for the Orioles. Now playing right field. Number 3, Jorge Mateo.
Going to move Mateo to center field. And then I'll put Cowser in right. And actually, I want to move Hayes right. And we're also going to bring CNL Perez out.
For the Orioles. Number 58, CNL Perez.
1-0. Oh. Hey. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Nobody wants to see my ugly old face.
Oh, and 1. 1-1. Oh. Strike. 1 ball, no strike. Hey. No, that's foul ball. Strike. We got time.
Solid inning out of CNL Perez out of the bullpen.
Oh, 2. Ball 1 ball, 2 strike. Two balls, 2 strike. Three balls, 2 strike. Out.
first baseman, number 6, Ryan Mountcastle.
No, that's a ball. Oh. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's out the corner.
Come on. I like this. Cole Irvin settled down after that rough first.
He's out.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 71, Jacob Webb.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Nope.
Oh. Ball 2. That's a ball. 3-1. That's 4. Take your base.
Vinny Pasquantino.
No ball. 1 strike. No, that's a ball. 1-1. Oh. 1-2. Save!
Now pitching for Kansas City, number 35, Chris Stratton.
All right. Bullpen's doing its work behind Cole Irvin. Cole Irvin actually gave me a quality start after a rough first inning. You believe in Joe Henry.
Save! 0-2. One ball. 2 strikes. He's out.
The batter, the third baseman, Ronald Urias.
Strike 1. 0-1. Ball. 1 ball. 1 strike. Whew.
Oh,
The batter, the catcher, James McCann.
there you go, James. 3-hit day. James McCann.
Yes. No ball. 2 strike.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Ball 1. Ball 2. Full count.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Ah, I hate when I do that. See if Greg Kimbrell can close it out.
Ball. 1-1. 2-1. Ball. 3-1. Strike. Woo. No ball. 1 strike. That's the ball.
Ooh, come on, Kimbrell. Crap.
Strike 2. 0-2.
MJ Melendez, a guy who can tie it up with one swing of the bat. Oh,
2.
The batter, right fielder, Nelson Velasquez.
Oh. 1-0.
Oh my goodness.
Now batting, designated hitter, Garrett Hampson.
2 errors in the inning.
He's up.
They're going to tie this game up.
Saeed. 1-2.
They're going to tie this game up. Yep.
Got it. One ball, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yep. I was right. They tied it up.
Now pitching for Kansas City, number 31, Will Smith.
Two balls right in the wheelhouse, and I couldn't get either one. That's depressing. Three balls pretty much right down.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 54, Matty.
No.
Hello.
1 ball, no strike. Hey. 1-1.
I love the fact that it's a guy with 9 speed on second base.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Out. That's the ball.
Come on.
You're out. Ball 1. 2-2.
Oh, this should be pretty. And that'll be the ball game. Ryan Mountcastle with us. Mountcastle walks it off.
Our final line score tonight. First for
Let's freaking go.
on 12 hits, 2 errors, they left 8 runners on base. For Kansas City, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, they left 7 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
All right, all right, all right. I am going to bounce. I should be back later tonight. Thank everybody for being here. Make sure you subscribe to Just Mr. Love, Amish TV, Gaming with Brian, Pigtownsports, State of Franchise Gaming. Subscribe to all those guys. The description will be down. Description. The links to all those guys and more will be in the description below. Have a great day. I'll be back a little bit later.